Of course, you can still do that in the IO configurations. Let me show you. That feature is basically used to check the IO status. For IO status, like if you have two buildings which are far away from each other, you won't be able to hear or see the alarms, right? So that feature can help you to check the status of those IOs. Let's say if you have an alarm at third floor, you are at first floor, you won't be able to see any alarm lighting, right? So for that kind of purpose, you can use detect IO input status to check if any of the IOs have been triggered. But of course, if you want to do what you said, you can use our advanced IO panel to do that, to do cascade triggering. If one of the IO has been triggered, you can use other ways. You can use other IO devices to notify you. Do you want me to show you how to do that?
Just if you can create, let's say, an output must only switch when there's multiple inputs instead of just one input, creating false alarms and so on. Like the example you had of the car, both input number 1 and 2 must trigger before output 1 will trigger, instead of just one input.
Yeah, you have to do, if you want to use logical inputs, you need at least 2 inputs, and only when the 2 inputs sensors are triggered together, they can, otherwise you won't be able to turn on the gate.
Yes, that's what I want to find out. Just exactly how do you set up that part?
Oh, how do we set up?
Yes,
sure. Yeah, we will create a new group right there, and I will drag 2 IO input sensors to it. So as you can see, they're in a cascade relationship. The input 7 is right under input 6. So right now I have to, if I only press either input 6 or 7, nothing will happen. It won't trigger output 13. Only when I trigger them both together, then output 13 will be triggered. We can show it. So you can see our test number 2. Yeah. Now I only triggered the number. Sorry. Now I just triggered the input 4, and nothing happened, right? And or if you trigger input 5, yeah, absolutely nothing happened. Only when you trigger them both together, you will trigger the alarm number 1.
Can that be in any sequence, or do you need to trigger it before?
It has to be in a cascade sequence. Yeah. If you put them side by side, any of the input, if any of the input is being triggered, then the related output will be triggered as well. So you can't do it like this. If I have 2 input devices, if I put them like this, yeah, either one of them can trigger the output.
So by dropping one below the other, you created a dependency.
Yeah. So if you want to use logical inputs, you need to set the input devices in sensors in cascade mode. Any more questions on IOs? I was expecting like more questions for this session, but I believe you guys are probably already an expert in IO devices.
Yeah, okay. So the good news is we can have lunch earlier. So we have. So we'll be back 1:30 here. Yeah. So we prepare lunch in the
One floor down.
one floor. Yeah, one floor. Down.
If you have any questions about the morning sessions, you can ask any of our staffs here, or you can look for me. My name is Edwin. Once again, yeah.
Do you have guest wireless access to the internet?
Oh, not really. But if you want to use internet, you can.
Maybe we can prepare some.
Yeah, we can prepare one here.
Since we ended early, so we could have a company tour in case for those of you who visit our company the first time.